Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Kiwi John and this is a video on a complete guide on how to purchase a painting in Bali and how to frame it when you get it home. So come and join me and see how it's done.
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
So we're looking for painting
Okay.
for Frangipani.
Yeah.
You have one little one?
Little
Is
one.
that Frangipani?
I have little one,
Yeah.
long and big.
You show me other ones?
Big one.
This one here.
Yeah.
And this one.
And this one, yeah.
Okay. So, you want to take this one?
That one here, big one. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah, one.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly what I'm...
So you can roll
Yeah.
for
I can
plane?
roll
You
for
can
plane, yeah.
for plane?
I
Okay.
can roll for plane.
Okay. We buy how much?
Yeah, I'll give for you 500, okay, brother. Boss, 500 now.
That's way too much.
Yeah, you buy more, less, okay, you buy more. But two maybe less with the little one.
No, just one painting is all we need today. Just that one.
Yeah, just
But
one painting.
500 way too much.
Yeah, how much you want? I give you less. Bargaining price you can.
Bargaining price?
Yeah, bargaining
150.
price. Ah, bangkrut boss, 150. I give you medal, okay, medal. 250 final price.
Final price?
250, good for you, good for me. Okay?
That's not a lot of bargaining.
Yeah, but-
What about 200?
250 boss.
Come on, 200.
Morning price, morning price.
Morning
orange
price.
sheet, yeah, orange
Yeah.
sheet.
Two,
Special quality.
220.
250 just 30.
Just 250.
Yeah, 250. Good
Okay.
for you, good for me.
Good for you and good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal.
Deal.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
What's
much.
what's your name?
Made from Bali.
Made from Bali.
From Bali. Number
Okay.
2, Made Agus.
Agus.
Yeah, Made Agus from Bali.
Okay, cool. Thanks, mate. So
Thank
you're going to
you.
wrap that up for us?
Yeah,
And we'll
this
go
one.
from there.
Where are you from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Bagus.
Agus. Very good.
Very good this one.
So these guys are really good because they know that as tourists we can't take home paintings like these ones in a frame. So they're quite happy to, if they're not already off a frame, to take them off the frame, roll them all up, get them ready to package to take home, which is brilliant. Okay. That's good, nice and small. Fit in the suitcase.
Like this, huh?
Yep, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. You have change, please.
Yeah. Or good luck. Curse from
Yeah.
Bali.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Good
You have a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you very
too.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Next time, come back with me again.
With him. Okay.
Last day today?
No, a couple more days.
More day. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi everybody. Well, since we got back from Bali, it's been about 3 weeks, and I just wanted to show you one of the paintings that we bought and what I'm actually going to do with it, how I'm going to get it from where it was in Bali up onto the wall in my own home. So I'm in my shed, I've got my tools out, got a few bits and pieces to show you. So these are some of the things that you'll need. So number one is a nice flat surface, big enough to work on. This is just a trestle with a board on the top, but it's nice and sturdy and it's got a flat surface, so that's quite good. Some timber, 4 pieces of timber, 1 for each corner to hold the painting down. Tools I'll use today will be a hammer. We have a staple gun for staples out, spare staples. I'm going to need a black marker, a builder's pencil, a set square, doesn't matter whether it's a wooden one in this case or a steel one. I prefer the steel one. We're also going to need some nylon to use a string to hold it up, a little bit of sandpaper, of course, a nice straight edge for measuring, a spirit level, and a tape measure. Okay, so other tools that you will need is some sort of a saw. So this is a drop saw set, as you can see down there at the 0, which means it will be a nice straight cut. You can also use something along either of these lines. This is a tenon saw, and this is a miter box. So you can, if you wish, make straight cuts or 45-degree angle cuts by hand, or also if you wish to use just a straight box, this is in the vise here, put your timber in and just use that as a block. However, I'm not going to be using either of those things today. I just wanted to show you what other options are available for doing this. So we'll pop these away for now. Okay, so let's go have a look at the painting. So you will remember that I haggled with the guy in Bali for this painting, and then he packaged it all up nice and neatly for me and brought it home. But of course I can't put it on the wall like this, so I need to do something with it. So the first thing we're going to have to do is find out the size of the painting so that we can make the frame. So you can see here the paint goes to the edge of the frame and it's quite solid, and you can see where it's actually been sitting on the frame in Bali. Okay, the rest of this is just waste, which is what I need to attach the painting anyway, so it's brilliant. So the first thing we need to do is measure the painting from one level of paint to the other, and that is 79. So we'll write that down, 790 millimeters by the opposite way, which is just under 600. Well, we could say 595, 597. We'll even go 598. 598. Okay. So because of the size of this painting, it won't need any bracing. The frame will be perfectly strong enough to hold this one. With one of the other ones I'm going to do later on, I'm going to need to put some cross bracing in it because it's too big. But for this one, all we're going to need is 2 pieces at 790 and 2 at 598. So the next thing to do is to take my piece of paper and head off to the hardware store and get the timber that I need. Okay, so I'm back from the hardware store, and as you can see I have had the weights on the corner of the painting for a little while, and it stopped it from curling up, which is good, so I don't need these anymore. Just pop those out of the way. Now, I bought some lengths of timber. This timber is 40 millimeters by 18 millimeters, which is the stuff that I need. So now, making sure that the surface is nice and clean, because we don't want to damage the painting while we're working on it, but the painting face down. So can you see there are creases in the back here? Okay, that's where it was on the frame before, so we want to go inside that frame. Now those measurements I gave you earlier were a little incorrect. I did that on purpose because I needed to get the timber of the right size. So what I need now is to make my first one, and I'm going to measure it directly from the painting. I'm not actually going to use a ruler. So you can see this is what we're trying to achieve. Where this line is here, we want that painting to go up over there like that. Okay, so we'll take the measurement from there. Oh, nearly lost it. We'll measure it to there. There's my mark there. The set square on and make it a nice square mark. We'll do the same from there. Okay, and take the piece of timber over to the drop saw. I have to move it down just a touch. Okay, held firmly against the backstop. Without the power being on, we're going to make sure that we're in the right spot. So we're going to cut to the outside. You can see the edge of the blade there to the edge of my mark, to the outside. I always cut to the outside. So it's just a case of pulling the trigger and that's that. Now here's where your piece of sandpaper comes in, just to give that piece, all it needs is just a brush over. You're not sanding it to death, you're just taking rough edges off, that's all. Okay, now we'll just check that that's okay. It's looking pretty good. So this is our first piece ready to rock. Okay.
Okay, so I don't want this to get boring, so I've sped it up. Basically, I'm going through the same process for the other 3 pieces of timber that I did for the first one. Then I just need to start lining them all up, make sure everything's okay, and checking to make sure that everything is the way I want it. Once the 4 pieces of timber are all pretty much lined up, then I need to check the corners just to make sure that everything's okay, and then we are going to be ready to start to staple the frame together.
Now, staple gun. What the idea is here, we don't want this to move now, so we're going to put in there, putting plenty of pressure down on it, put a staple in, put 2 staples in, using the set square, making sure it's all nice and square. So you can see that's the center line of the staple gun, so the 2 prongs come out one on either side, so we want that in the center, so that 1 prong in either piece of timber. Okay. And because it's the last corner, we want to make sure that that's all nice and square. Plenty of pressure. Okay, so now that's actually a frame, so we can get up and move it. Move our lovely painting out of the way so that it doesn't get damaged. Just pop it over here. Okay, so now we want to go and add a few more staples. 5 on that side. It doesn't have to be pretty. Okay, we're not stapling an injury back together like in a hospital. We're just making a frame and it's covered so nobody's going to see it. Yeah, sometimes staples don't work. Now you can see there that that's not terribly solid because it's only joined on one side. So we need to do the same thing on the other side. Are we out of staples already? No, we're not. There we go. So we'll lay the frame on. What we're going to do, you can see there, okay. So the timber is there. We can fold this down here to give it a better edge, but it doesn't leave much room around the outside of the frame, and I don't think it's necessary, to be perfectly honest. I'm quite happy for that to sit like that. Now I've done this, I don't know how many times, 20 or 30 times, so it's not going to go anywhere. The only problem is I'm trying to use one hand, and even me, I'm not strong enough to hold it. So at this stage we're just tacking in case something has gone wrong. Not that it will, but just in case something has gone wrong. Okay, so we've got 2 on that side. Turn the painting around so that we're working next to each other. Now you can see here, see how the frame is moving? We want to hold that nice and tight up against there. So that's nice and tight. We don't want our painting to be loose in the middle. So I'm going to pull that tight, and while I'm holding it tight like that, I will staple that again. These staples must be a bit weaker than the ones that I just had before. Okay, so that's the painting actually on the frame itself, but as you can see we're only just starting. So now we need to go this side. Okay, so around to this side, again pulling it nice and tight against the frame. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the corners. As you can see, we don't want this. This looks messy. So we want this tucked in nice and neat as possible. So right through all of them. It'd be a big help if the stapler worked when I needed it to. But that's the way it goes. Here we go. 2 into that corner. Tuck it in there. Tuck it over there like that, nice and neat.
Okay, so it's the same process for the last 2 corners, and then it's just a case of working around the entire frame until the painting is completely attached.
Okay, so now we have our frangipani painting already framed. Now you will say, what was the black felt pen for? So I'll show you. This is a finishing touch. And we might as well bring some of this over while we're at it. And a pair of scissors. Okay. So you'll see on the corners here, see we've got some white sticking out. There you go, that just hides that. You could equally use black paint, but I think it's just as quick to use a black marker. And certainly nobody will be getting any closer to it to know, oh jeepers, look, that it's got a mark on it. So there we go, that's that touched up. One last thing to do. Number one is decide which way around it goes. Well, obviously in this case there is no choice. That's the top. So put that top up. So we've got a piece of nylon. So we will measure 200 mils, put a mark there, and 200 mils and put a mark there. Now I've put it this way on purpose. You're going to go, why haven't I put it this way? I'll show you why. Okay, now I'll put 3 staples in that way. I'm going to take it back that way, and I'm going to put 2 staples in over the top of everything. Okay. Alright. So directly across to there. And we want that nice and tight, because as you can see it's reasonably flexible. So we go 1, 2, 3, holding it back the other way and putting 2 in the gap, 1 in the gap there, 2 in the gap there. And there we go, painting ready for hanging. Okay, so this is the finished product and it's going to go in our room. So if you come and have a look here, we've got quite a large blank wall that needs some brightening up. So this is where it's going to go, right here. So as you can see, the colour scheme matches in quite nicely with the rest of the decor in the room. I hope this video has been of some value to you, showing you how to purchase a painting, what to do with it when you get home, how to frame it, and what you can do with a little bit of effort. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.